Hi, everybody. I read this book about Harriet Tubman, and it was by an author named Catherine Clinton. And the book is called Harriet Tubman Road to Freedom. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what the book was about. So basically, the book starts off telling us that Harriet Tubman was born a slave. Um, she lived in Maryland. While she was a slave, she was married while she was a slave. An important decision came up once she was married. She decided that she wanted to be free and that she was going to escape. An important decision was either to stay with her husband, who she was trying to encourage to escape with her, or to escape. She knew that they would be sold eventually down more further south, and the slaves were being treated really bad the further south you got. So her husband refused to go. So Harriet escaped anyways. She escaped into Canada. Once she got to Canada, she started to be into St. Catharines, Canada. She started to work around there as like a domestic, a cook, things like cleaning, things like that. She got the urge to start freeing people, and so she started traveling back down south to different places, and in the south, like Maryland and other states, and she began to free slaves. Some of them were her family. A lot of her family. She ended up saving her parents, her brothers and sisters, other slaves, and just friends. Along the way, word of her saving people got around to other people. Became to develop relationships with people who were working on the Underground Railroad, black leaders, white leaders, people who were abolitionists, things like that. They began to know her. They began to support her. They began to admire her, what she was doing. A lot of the slaves that she helped to escape, she would take them to Canada, to St. Catharines. She would also help them to get through, help them to survive and stuff like that. She developed a name. People started to look at her as the Moses of her people. People started to look at herself as like a Moses. She was saving her people. She put herself in harm's way and to meet the needs of others at all times. She was faced danger several times. During her time, the Civil War broke out. She continued to, free slaves. She also got involved with the Union Army during that time. She started to be used. She knew she had an extensive background in the layout of how the South was set up and stuff, and these different rivers and wooded areas and stuff. So that skill was valuable. So they started to use her skill and knowledge in the Civil War. She was used as a spy. She was used up to lay out plans for the Union Army. It said that they really started to respect her, and some of the Union generals and high-ranking officers started to really use her plans. Okay, after the war, Harriet continued to fight for women, for blacks, and less fortunate people. They even made she fought for. She wanted some property that she had. She wanted part of the property that she was donating to be used as a home for less fortunate people. That did come to pass, the Harriet Tubman House. And eventually, when Harriet was married once again after slavery too, she was buried with a full military burial when she did pass away. And that is kind of how Harriet Tubman's life went, based on what I read in the book Road to Freedom by Catherine Clinton. There's a lot of other information too, like background information about what was actually going on at the time in the South where she was. A lot of different people that you could learn about in this book, other than Harriet Tubman. Also, you could research some of these people and learn a lot about some of the abolitionists, some of the people who worked for the Underground Railroad, some of the Confederate people, some of the stuff like that. So that was the book called Road to Freedom by Catherine Clinton. And it's about Harriet Tubman. It's a biography about Harriet Tubman. Thank you.